Spiritual development is a journey unique to each of us, a passage that leads through unseen landscapes of the self. Imagine standing at the threshold of a vast, unexplored mansion, where each room reveals a deeper layer of your true essence. This is the essence of spiritual growth, a multi-layered odyssey that beckons you to discover who you truly are beyond the surface. In this journey, there are stages, each marked not by signposts, but by shifts in your inner world, your consciousness, your very being. You, as a seeker, are set apart by your individual experiences, choices, and insights. No two paths are identical, just as no two souls are. As we delve into the realm of spiritual development, remember, you might find yourself resonating with different stages, discovering fragments of your soul in each. This journey is yours alone, a personal narrative woven from the threads of your life. Keep watching to find out where you stand in these 7 of your spiritual quest. 1. Awakening of consciousness. The first stage in the spiritual journey, awakening of consciousness, is like opening your eyes for the first time to a world you've always lived in but never truly seen. It's a moment in life where everything begins to shift, though you might not immediately understand why or how. This awakening can feel like a gentle nudge or a sudden jolt out of your usual way of thinking and perceiving the world. Imagine you've been walking through a forest with a map, believing it to show the only paths and landmarks. Suddenly, you realize the map doesn't tell the whole story. There's more to the forest than what's on paper. This realization is the start of your awakening. You begin to question things you've always accepted, the routines you follow, the beliefs you've held, and the values you've never questioned. Often, this stage is triggered by life events that shake the foundations of your world. It could be the loss of a loved one, a near-death experience, or a moment of profound beauty. For some, it might simply arise from a growing feeling of restlessness, a sense that there's more to life than the daily grind. You start to feel a pull towards understanding deeper truths about your existence and the universe. This awakening is not about acquiring new information. It's about seeing things from a fresh perspective. It's like looking at a familiar painting and suddenly noticing details and colors you've never seen before. You start to see connections between things that previously seemed unrelated. For example, you might begin to see how your thoughts and emotions influence your physical well-being, or how the natural world feels deeply interconnected with your own life. As you move through this stage, you might find yourself drawn to books, conversations, and experiences that feed your growing hunger for understanding. It's not uncommon to feel a mix of excitement and confusion as old beliefs fall away and new ones have yet to fully form. You might seek solitude or the company of others who have walked this path before, looking for guidance and reassurance. During this time, it's important to practice patience with yourself. Just like learning a new language, awakening your consciousness takes time. You're learning to see the world and yourself in a completely new light. It's a process of unlearning just as much as it is about learning. You might find old fears and insecurities rising to the surface, asking to be acknowledged and released. Remember, this stage is just the beginning. It sets the groundwork for all the stages that follow. Each person's awakening is unique, and there's no right or wrong way to experience it. What matters most is your willingness to remain open and curious, to question and explore without needing immediate answers. This openness is what allows you to move forward on your spiritual path, step by step, towards deeper understanding and connection. 2. Exploration and discovery. It's akin to setting sail on an ocean of possibilities, each wave bringing new ideas, each breeze guiding you to uncharted territories of thought and philosophy. In this stage, your world expands far beyond its previous boundaries. You might find yourself drawn to books, teachings, and philosophies that would have seemed foreign or irrelevant before. It's like walking through a vast library, each book offering a window into a different aspect of spiritual understanding. You may explore meditation, yoga, or other spiritual practices, not just as exercises, but as pathways to deeper self-discovery. This phase is characterized by an insatiable thirst for knowledge. You're not just seeking answers, you're redefining the questions. What is the nature of the universe? What is my purpose in life? How can I live a more meaningful and fulfilling life? These questions drive your quest for understanding. You may delve into various religious texts, not necessarily to adopt a particular religion, but to understand the universal truths that underpin many spiritual beliefs. You might also seek experiences that challenge your current worldview. This could be traveling to new places, attending workshops or retreats, or engaging in deep conversations with people from diverse backgrounds. Each of these experiences serves as a puzzle piece in the vast mosaic of your spiritual understanding. During this time, it's common to experience a sense of wonder and awe. The world seems richer, more vibrant, and more infused with meaning. You begin to see the interconnectedness of all things. A walk in the park, for instance, isn't just a walk in the park. It's an encounter with the complexity and beauty of nature, a reflection of the universe itself. However, this stage can also be overwhelming. With so many paths available, it can be challenging to discern which direction is right for you. It's important to listen to your inner voice and intuition. What resonates with you deeply? What brings you a sense of peace, clarity, and joy? Trusting your inner guidance is key. Exploration and discovery are not just about accumulating knowledge. It's about personal transformation. It's not the facts and figures that matter most, but how this newfound understanding changes you from the inside. You're not just learning about spiritual principles. You're learning how to live them. This stage shapes and molds your character, guiding you closer to your true self. Keep an open heart and mind. Allow yourself to be surprised, to be challenged, and to be transformed. The path of spiritual development is not linear, and each step forward is a step closer to a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. 3. The dark night of the soul. It's a term that finds its roots in the writings of 16th century Spanish mystic St. John of the Cross, who described it as a phase of spiritual desolation, where one feels utterly cut off from the divine. This stage, however, is not just a moment of spiritual crisis, but a profound transformation and purification process. In this phase, individuals face their deepest fears, ego attachments, and ingrained patterns of behavior that have been hindering their spiritual growth. It's like entering a long, dark tunnel, where the familiar lights of your beliefs and comforts are dimmed, leaving you to navigate the darkness with nothing but a deep inner search for truth. This journey through the dark nights is often marked by intense emotional turmoil. You may experience feelings of loss, confusion, loneliness, and despair. It's a natural response to the dismantling of your former sense of self. Like a snake shedding its skin, you are shedding layers of yourself that no longer align with your growing spiritual awareness. This process, though painful, is essential for growth. The darkness of this stage is not just the absence of light. It's a space where the light of awareness begins to shine on the parts of ourselves we've been reluctant to face. It involves confronting and letting go of limiting beliefs, fears, and ego-driven desires. It requires a deep look into the mirror of the soul, facing truths that may have been hidden or ignored. Despite its challenges, the dark night of the soul is not a punishment or a sign of failure. It's an invitation to deeper wisdom and understanding. It's in this darkness that the seeds of spiritual maturity are planted. As you navigate this stage, you may find that the things you once valued no longer hold the same appeal. You may feel a growing sense of detachment from material pursuits and a deepening desire for authentic, meaningful experiences. The key to traversing the dark night of the soul is surrender, an acceptance of the journey and trust in the process. It's about letting go of the need to control and allowing the transformative process to unfold. Support from a spiritual teacher, therapist, or community can be invaluable during this time, providing guidance and reassurance. Ultimately, the dark night of the soul is a passage to a more profound connection with the self and the universe. It's a stripping away of what is false, a clearing of the fog to reveal a stronger, more resilient, and more enlightened you. As you emerge from this phase, you do so with a deeper understanding of life, a greater sense of peace, and a renewed connection to the divine. This stage, though dark, is a powerful catalyst for spiritual awakening and growth. 4. Emergence and integration. This phase is where the spiritual principles and insights gleaned from previous stages begin to weave seamlessly into the fabric of everyday life. It's a process of aligning one's inner discoveries with their outer existence, leading to a more authentic and harmonious way of being. Practically, this might manifest in various ways. For instance, if mindfulness and presence have been part of your spiritual learning, you might find yourself more fully engaged in each moment, whether you're eating, speaking with a friend, or simply walking. Rather than rushing through these activities, there's a newfound appreciation and attentiveness to the present moment. Another example could be the application of compassion and empathy learned through spiritual practices. You might find yourself more understanding and patient with others, seeing beyond their actions to recognize the shared human experience. This could lead to more meaningful interactions and a deeper sense of connection with those around you. In this stage, the changes are not just internal. Your external choices start to reflect your inner growth. This could mean making career changes that align more closely with your values, engaging in relationships that are more nurturing and authentic, or even altering daily routines to support your well-being. It's like your internal compass has been recalibrated, and now your choices more accurately reflect the direction in which your soul wishes to travel. Financial decisions might also be influenced by this newfound integration. You may find yourself spending less on material possessions and more on experiences that enrich your soul, such as travel, workshops, or retreats that align with your spiritual path. In terms of interpersonal relationships, this stage often brings about a sense of ease and authenticity. You're less likely to engage in pretense or people-pleasing behaviors, feeling more comfortable in expressing your true self. This authenticity fosters deeper and more genuine connections with others. Moreover, you may discover a shift in how you react to challenges and setbacks. Instead of reacting impulsively or with frustration, there's a tendency to approach situations with a calmed, centered perspective, seeing challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. The physical body is not left out in this process of integration. You might find yourself naturally gravitating towards healthier lifestyle choices, such as a more balanced diet, regular exercise, or practices like yoga and Tai Chi, which nurture both the body and soul. During this stage, it's important to maintain practices that support this integration, such as meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature. These practices help to solidify the insights and changes, making them a natural part of who you are. 5. Expansion of consciousness. This is where the boundaries of self extend beyond the individual to encompass the larger tapestry of life. It's a profound deepening in the understanding of oneself and the universe, characterized by an overwhelming sense of oneness and interconnectedness. The notion of a separate, isolated self begins to fade, giving way to a realization of being part of a greater whole. It's like seeing oneself not just as a single wave, but as an integral part of the vast ocean. You start to understand that every thought, action, and emotion is not an isolated event, but a thread in the intricate web of life. This sense of interconnectedness extends to the natural world, other people, and the cosmos itself. A walk in nature, for instance, becomes a communion with the environment, where every leaf, bird, and breeze feels like a part of your own being. Interactions with others take on a new depth as you begin to see the same life force flowing through everyone, erasing the illusions of separation and difference. One of the hallmarks of this stage is a profound sense of empathy and compassion. When you see yourself in others, the natural response is one of kindness and understanding. This isn't just a philosophical idea, but a lived experience. Your actions become more aligned with the welfare of others and the planet, driven by a heartfelt recognition of your shared existence. The expansion of consciousness also brings with it a sense of timelessness and infinity. The past and the future lose their grip, and the present moment becomes more vivid and alive. There's an understanding that the essence of life is eternal, beyond the confines of time and space. This stage can also bring about mystical experiences, moments where you feel deeply connected to a greater reality. These moments can be both humbling and exhilarating, offering glimpses of the vastness and wonder of existence. As the sense of individual identity dissolves, what emerges is a universal identity, an identity that is connected with all life. This is not a loss of self, but an expansion into a greater self. It's an awakening to the truth that the personal story is just one part of a grand cosmic narrative. 6. Surrender and letting go. The stage of surrender and letting go in the spiritual journey is a profound shift from action to acceptance, from striving to being. This penultimate phase is marked by a deep surrender to the flow of life, releasing the grip on the need to control, predict, or manipulate outcomes. It's a stage where deep acceptance of what becomes the guiding principle, leading to a profound sense of inner freedom and trust in the universe. In this stage, the long-held human tendency to resist, fight, or flee from certain aspects of life begins to dissolve. There's a realization that much of the struggle experienced in life comes not from the circumstances themselves, but from the resistance to them. Imagine a leaf floating on a river. Instead of struggling against the current, the leaf surrenders to the flow. This is the essence of this stage, moving with life's flow, not against it. Surrendering and letting go doesn't mean passivity or giving up on goals and dreams. It's about releasing attachment to how things should be and embracing how they are. It's recognizing that while you can steer your boat, you can't control the river. This realization brings a new way of living and being, where actions are taken not out of fear or desire for a specific outcome, but from a place of alignment with the present moment. This stage often brings a profound trust in the universe or a higher power. There's a deep faith that, even if things don't go according to plan, they are unfolding in a way that is ultimately right for your spiritual growth. This trust is not blind. It's built on the deep experiences and insights gained in the earlier stages of the spiritual journey. Practically, this surrender might manifest in various aspects of life. In relationships, it could mean letting go of trying to change or fix others, accepting them as they are. In professional life, it could mean doing your best without being overly attached to the outcome, trusting that whatever happens is for the best, even if it doesn't seem so at the moment. The process of letting go also involves releasing old identities, beliefs, and patterns that no longer serve you. It's like clearing out old, cluttered rooms in your house, making space for new, fresh energy to enter. This clearing process can be emotional, as it often involves letting go of aspects of your identity that you've held onto for a long time. 7. Enlightenment and service. The final stage in the spiritual journey represents the pinnacle of spiritual development. It's a state where the individual self transcends into a higher consciousness, characterized by a profound sense of peace, unconditional love, and unity with all existence. This stage is not just an end but a new beginning, where the enlightened being exists in harmonious balance with the world, driven by a purpose that extends beyond personal gain. In this state of enlightenment, There's a deep understanding that the self is not separate from the rest of the universe. It's a realization of being part of a larger whole, and this realization brings with it a profound sense of responsibility towards the welfare of all beings. Service in this context is not an obligation or a duty, it's a natural expression of love and compassion. Actions taken in this stage are infused with wisdom and a deep sense of clarity. There's a recognition that helping others is not separate from helping oneself, as all are interconnected. This might manifest in various forms, through teaching, healing, environmental stewardship, or simply through small acts of kindness in everyday life. Enlightenment and service is a stage where the spiritual journey comes full circle. It's a return to the world, but with a new vision and purpose. The enlightened being serves as a beacon of light, guiding others towards their path, not by preaching or converting, but simply by being a living example of spiritual truth in action. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and think about subscribing for more similar content. For extra benefits and exclusive material, you might want to explore our Patreon or membership program. Remember to also take a look at the meditation music playlist. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Catch you in the next video and have a great day.